I look like I'm going out to sea tonight. My little sailor outfit. Okay, serious. Mars-Uranus conjunction with Algol coming up on Monday, and it sets a cycle. So it's not just one day. This Mars-Uranus thing happens once every 2 years, but it doesn't usually happen with Algol. What is Algol? It's a fixed star. It's a fixed star. It's one of the 7 that ancient astrologers used, and the ancient people in general. And it was a star that was considered malefic. It was the demon star. It's red. And it's connected to Mars because of that redness. The fixed stars don't move, and Algol flashes on and off. Why? Well, because it's a binary star, and so it basically eclipses itself with another whatever is around it. I guess it's 2 stars that you'd think that the other star would show up. But anyway, it eclipses Algol. The story with Medusa, she was an oracle goddess, and she was beautiful and really good at what she did. Pallas Athena, the goddess of war, decided that she didn't like Medusa for some reason or another. I'm paraphrasing here from memory. She didn't like her, so she turned her into a gorgon with the snakes for hair, and anytime anybody would look her in the eye, they would turn to stone. Now, Perseus was the one that went and was able to cut Medusa's head off. Medusa really got screwed in her story. Like, what did she do wrong? Seems like she was just minding her own business. So then as she was decapitated, she became a weapon. So Pallas Athena was the goddess of war, and Medusa actually helped her win a lot of battles because of the ability to powerfully change people into stone. If you were behind holding Medusa, you were protected. In front of her, you were not. Now, Mars and Uranus together, let's look at good old Ren Butler's book, The Archetypal Universe. It's a great book. Where Mars and Uranus principles are dynamic urges towards freedom and independence, determined cravings for thrills and excitement, sudden breakthroughs and rushes of energy, electric yang enthusiasm, tendency towards excessive self-will, reckless courage and defiance, impulsive rash actions, and flashes of anger. Medusa had a right to be angry. Interesting though, because that's the yin principle that is being mixed with a very yang principle. Mars and Uranus together. Decisive courage and willpower, electric yang enthusiasm, a flashy and swashbuckling style. Swashbuckling. Dynamic urges towards freedom and independence. Now, we can look at this in lots of different ways. Obviously, some weird stuff has happened that just the last couple of days. That's very Mars, Uranus, Algol. Unexpected. Whoa. Personally, I have something big going on with my family. My kids are going to be flying across the world, basically, across an ocean and everything on that day, Mars-Uranus Algol conjunction. So am I supposed to be scared about that? No, not necessarily, because it's still that combination. It's an iteration of that. Now, I'm not looking into the future, and I'm not projecting anything onto it, because that's what I think is important about understanding astrology. We always go to like the most extreme version of it. Like that's what sells tickets, right? I could tell you all the horrible things that Mars, Uranus, Algol couldn't be. But there's also beautiful things it can be. It can be independence and actively searching out life and not being afraid and being courageous. Those are the same things. And any type of astrological conjunction, it's all in there. Anything can be, even in the most horrendous, quote unquote, astrological combination, something gorgeous can come out of it. The point is, we don't ever really know what it's going to be. We know a theme. Like, this is the theme, this is potential, this is possible anywhere in this range. What we can do is look at that Sabian symbol to try to get an idea a little bit further, and that's where Algol always is. So let's look at the Sabian symbol and see if that gives us any more clues. Sabian symbol Taurus 27 from Rudyard, an old Indian woman selling the artifacts of her tribe to the passers-by. As youth fades, we become less assertive of the self and more willing to adapt to collective ways and needs. Calm wisdom that grows with age. This is definitely a turning point with Pluto going into Aquarius and resetting that cycle. It's just a clock, like none of these things are doing anything, but Mark time in such a way that's predictable that you can say, okay, there's a whole new thing coming. Glitter and shine are replaced by a depth of beauty and peaceful joy. That only comes with reality, the reality of time. A little more from Burgess. Whatever life throws up as a challenge or temptation, a person who is anchored to an inner sense of self will always ring true and remain dignified and calm, little troubled by outer circumstance. That is pure wisdom right there. Right now, it's so easy to get rippled in the waters of whatever's going on in this world, all around the globe. And it's time to find the inner peace. It's time to find some connection to a collective idea, a collective consciousness, a collective truth, a unity. The thing that we all really want is unconditional love and acceptance, finding like-minded, like-spirited others, and finding some dignity, some calm, and not being troubled by the things that are designed to ruffle feathers. Humanity has an astonishing ability to respond to any situation, however squalid, and find a way to express joy and creativity within it. One who has this realization will move from one thing to another with no attachment to anything permanent, since anyway, nothing is permanent, and no attachment to positions of importance, since nothing external has importance to the soul. This whole entire thing, these next 2 years, if the rocky waters are going to be splashing up on us, we have to remember this Sabian symbol of the wise native woman who's sharing her culture, sharing her gifts, sharing her wisdom to anybody who's willing to understand. Detachment is a state of grace. It certainly does not preclude full and sensitive participation in the affairs of others. It simply allows for that participation without an agenda, having no intention to exert unasked for influence. That's it. We have so much grabbing our attention, trying to pull it, trying to get money, trying to get your attention, trying to get your time, your energy, whatever, all that stuff. What we can use this idea as is finding an inner warrior, Medusa, the lady on the side of the road, Perseus, all of the people, all of these characters, all these archetypes. They're all of the same thing. Put them all together and you have a conglomerate of life, and that's reflected in all of us. So there's something to think about for this week with Mars coming up, with Algol and Uranus. Just be ready for unexpected things. I wish you all the best. I like you just the way you are, and I'll talk to you soon.